each township against the NJDEP. The first ask of them was to find a neutral reviewer on some of this stuff. Because DEP is basically reviewing this and it's their own permitting that they're allowing for the offshore wind. So we lost that in court. There was a report, I think I sent to you guys, I copied everybody, I'm pretty sure, on that, just an update. So that was one shot that we had taken during that litigation. And I think us, Brigantine and Margate all joined in that from Atlantic County. And it's mostly Long Beach Island in that, because actually right now, the only one that's being proposed is more affected to those communities up north, Brigantine and North. Orsted dropped out of this, but they're going to put it out there again. And I've said this from the start, I'm not opposed to offshore wind. I'm opposed to it being 9 miles off our beach. Move it out further. All over the world, they put them out further off the coast. They should be further off our coast. It shouldn't be. All it is money. They can't run cables more than 2,000 feet without having basically a manhole in the ocean. They have to have a junction box. So they don't want to do that more times than often. They want to do at least as much as possible. That's their only argument for not putting it further off is cost.
The transmission of the electricity,
right?
The grades,
right,
over space.
They have to. Well, no, they can only lay right now. They can only lay 2,000 feet of that cable at a time.
Oh, I see.
And then they have to do a junction box because special cable. I don't know what it is, but that's what we were told in one of these meetings. I've attended a lot of these. There's these BOEM, BOEM. I forget what that acronym stands for. Something Ocean Management. It's a federal agency. I've attended 2 or 3 of these. They are all on board with this, so they are pushing it. I ask questions, I don't get answers. So if you guys ever want to join in, we get the links. It's monotonous. It's the same answer every time to the same questions that they just won't answer. So my opinion, they won't answer. I will say this: the last one I was on, they explained there's several historic structures in Ventnor that are going to be negatively impacted. It says that in their environmental impact statement. The way they're going to handle that is they're going to pay those historic property owners off. They're going to pay them money for the degradation of their historic structure. They're going to set a dollar amount and they're going to pay them that. So the pier is one of them. This building's another. There's a house over here. There's a house in St. Leonard's Tract they're on the historic register. So that's how they're going to do it, which I don't know how much land use work you do. The Nunzio case, none. She wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So the Nunzio case in land use is an applicant came in and said, look, I want this variance. And by the way, I'll buy you a fire truck if you grant me this variance.
Right.
It's the same thing that they're doing with these historic properties. And I raised that and got crickets. Oh, we'll get back to you. That was 2 months ago. So it's very frustrating that they're just ramrodding this project down.
I thought that the lease was is this different from Orsted?
This is Atlantic Shores.
Oh, this is Atlantic.
So Orsted's gave theirs up. They found out it was going to be too expensive and they pulled out. Too expensive with a $40 million surplus from BPU, not surplus.
Grant.
I don't know, call it
Subsidy?
grant, subsidy from BPU.
Right.
That was supposed to come back to communities.
Right.
As part
That's right. Yep.
They took
Remember
that 40
that.
million
Yep.
from all the communities in the state
Right.
and give it to them to create this offshore wind. I don't know how much of that Atlantic Shores is getting. Atlantic Shores is north. It's not right off our beach.
Right.
Still, to me, it's the same impact.
No, I agree. I think that I was in Germany this year and there's windmills everywhere. I think that we have to protect our environment, but they failed to make a good case for all the questions that are raised by it.
Yeah. So that's just an update. I'll keep you guys, and I'll send you these links to these BOEM meetings. You can sign in on them. They're lively conversations. They're usually 2 to 3 hours long. I usually put it on and just listen. When they get the questions and answers, that's when I ask questions.